Welcome to episode 1 of Two Dum Yinzers. I'm Mike, he's Ryan, and along with our baby mama Allie, we are the Two Dum Yinzers. On today's episode, we have stories of boating accidents on the highway, our illustrious sports career, and a very exciting interview with two local rappers, Prime City and Dus. Like our number one fan said, we're coming at you hot like a meth needle on the first of the month.
I got a challenge for you.
All right.
The other day I was leaving and I got in the car, and when I got in the car for no good reason at all, I put my seatbelt on and I started to drive away. I don't usually wear my seatbelt, that's why I say that. So about a half mile down the road, I'm going to stop sign, and I said, you know what, I'm going to drive the way that you're supposed to drive.
Okay.
I'm going to put my hands 10 and 2.
Okay.
I'm going to look both ways. I'm going to stop signs. It was exhausting. I have to tell you, by the time I got home, I thought, you know what, that was a whole thing.
Yeah, because having to remember everything.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, if I want to drive my hands 10 and 2, I can do it. But if I have to think about having my hands at 10 and 2, that is exhausting. Me personally, I always wear my seatbelt. One, because my car always dings. Always dings. Nonstop. Fuck you, Ralph Nader. It dings all the time. If people don't want to wear their seatbelt and get ejected out of the windshield, that's on them, not me.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, people that do this on an everyday basis, they, continue to drive properly. And
yes, I salute them, because that's a good thing to do.
I mean, did they just naturally start to drive that way, or is it also, is it a pain in the ass to everybody?
I think, like, the people who constantly always drive hands 10 and 2, making sure they obey every single rule, that's how they learned. And I guarantee you, that's how they do everything in their lives. It's like the quote-unquote proper way to do everything. Like, if they work at a job and they were taught, hey, this is the right way to do it, they don't go out of their way to find a faster, efficient way.
Yeah, I thought, as I was doing it, I thought, this is really a thing. I thought I must be a terrible driver. But you get good, you drive the way that you drive. I don't hit nobody, I don't have any problems.
As long as you obey all the traffic laws, drive safely, I don't care where you have your hands on the steering wheel. As long as you're not excessively speeding, tailgating, cutting people off, I tend not to care how you drive.
Yeah. Yeah, Allie, do you have this in your bicycle?
Yeah, how's that driver's license challenge going?
Tell us about the bike etiquette. Let's hear it.
Actually, tell us the
You
time.
ride with one hand.
Tell us the story of how, when you drove. Tell us the story of how, when you actually drove, you caused a boating accident on a highway. I think everyone would love to hear that.
I'm interested.
Sure interested. You've heard it.
Yes, but our listeners have not.
I was driving across the U.S. with my dad, and I was young because I was actually with a permit, not a license yet.
Okay.
So I was going through having a permit, so 16, 17, and he let me drive a lot of the way. I still wasn't very comfortable highway driving. I don't like semis and whatnot, but there was a car hauling its boat, and a dog ran out in front of our car, and I put on the brakes. And the car behind us was the one hauling the boat, and the boat ran into them.
So you caused a boating accident on the highway,
So
because of a dog.
Yeah, a dog.
They hit you?
No, we were able to just leave.
So you not only
We
did you cause a boating accident,
I caused so many.
you had a hit and run.
No, I didn't hit nothing. Every wreck that I cause or that I've been involved in, I create, but I'm not actually involved in.
So you cause them, but you're not involved in them. That makes no logical sense. So you are the cause of the accident, but you're not involved in
I
them.
think the insurance company would want to know this.
Exactly.
So she committed fraud on how many occasions?
Next funny story. And
I like how she just moves past the causing fraud.
I'm actually dialing the police number right now.
Wait, no, this is the point. I was driving with someone, and we were actually going up to the driving range to practice parallel parking. Well, there's a certain.
Every time I hear driving range, I think of I'm going to go hit my 9-iron and check out my driver.
That wasn't what we were talking about?
But that's what you say the driving range, that's what people think.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You weren't driving in a golf course.
No, we were trying to get up to where like the driving courses to practice.
Okay. I know what you're saying now.
So Anywho, so the turn right before you get there, like literally right before you get there, I created an accident. So of course I had to stay there. We did stay there.
So you drove 2 times and you caused 2 accidents.
You know, that's like Hall of Fame material. Like Ted Williams batted what, like 400 one season?
She's batting
1,000.
But here's the best part is when the cops show up, they had to let us go because they said here's the ironic part. Oh, well, you're kind of like a dog jumping out of nowhere, and we can't give a dog
That's like the funniest thing I've ever fucking heard.
That is the best.
What?
You more or less what the cop said. You fucked up so bad. The way we have to describe this is like a dog coming out of nowhere.
See, I never heard that part of the story.
That is the greatest thing ever.
That's not the same wreck.
Oh.
So she had a dog.
How many other wrecks have you had?
That caused a boating accident, allegedly. Then this one, she was the dog. So I'm thinking she was the dog in the boating accident.
Yeah, it was. That's the irony of the story. Is that the cop? So that one was after. Yes, it was after the boating accident one.
Oh, yeah.
So the moral of the story is never let her drive.
And I don't.
Oh, yes, I know. I unofficially work for Uber. I make no money.
None money.
So what did you do when they told you that you were the dog? You just got the hell out of there.
Well, the lady I was driving with had to do returns at a store in Cranberry, so we took the back roads and just continued that way with me driving on the back roads.
Does she let you continue to drive? Does she know how to drive?
Yeah.
At that point, I would be like, no. I'm going to take over since you were literally just compared to a dog running into traffic.
I'm pretty sure that you can relate with the people that everyone really wanted me to get my license.
Yes, but at that point,
yeah, I don't think
like self-preservation has to kick in.
Great idea.
I think her idea of it was like to get you over that fright, like even though it just happened, hey, you push through it.
Yeah, but still, like after being in a car accident, you really don't want to drive.
I was white knuckled the whole way.
Like I've never been in a car accident where I was the driver. I've been into where I was the passenger, and like for like a week after, it's like kind of rough getting behind the wheel because you're like, someone gonna fucking hit me again. So I can only imagine being like the driver than being in an accident and having to continue to drive.
As an all-time passenger, that's probably my main issue is that like I look around and I can almost see every situation where I'm like, well, this could turn out bad. So that
trust me, I know. I'll be driving perfectly and all I hear is
Yeah.
I envision it. Yeah, it sucks.
Yes, I know it sucks.
So taking her to go drive at a parking lot's not a good idea.
No.
I think we've given up on mutiny driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't trust her.
So speaking of parking lots, all right, I seen something the other day where they're having a lot of issues in parking lots at Walmart with weirdos.
Well, Walmart weirdos go hand in hand.
And these people are getting so freaked out because every so often a woman will say she was followed, something crazy. And there's people on there now who are saying that they are just going and sitting in their vehicles in the Walmart parking lot watching for the weirdos, basically policing the situation.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I mean, you're a woman. If you walk into Walmart...
I can promise you that I don't walk into Walmart alone.
Yeah.
The driver will be with me.
I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. See, now you got weirdos. I could be a weirdo, and I could say I'm going to go sit in this parking lot and keep an eye out for weird stuff. But you're the one doing the weird stuff.
Yeah, you can see someone like, how do you know like if someone's quote unquote a weirdo? Because hey, what if someone's like walking through the parking lot like, oh shit, I forgot my keys. They're walking out. They walk back, grab it, and the next thing you know, you're following a woman, and it's like, no, I just forgot something in my car. I'm about to grab it. Now this person's think I'm doing that, and that's like vigilante justice. There's a reason why we don't like vigilante justice because people misinterpret the situation.
Yeah, you can't just let anybody out there.
Yeah, I'm watching the weirdo. Well, how do you know who's being
exactly.
weird?
They'll never know. I'm in my white van. They'll never know.
Yeah. But no, like I guarantee you, like there's times like shit, man. If I see half the shit that I did in third person, I'm like, yeah, that's a weirdo. But in my mind, I'm just like, oh, I forgot this, forgot that. Let me grab this, grab that. Just not thinking how I'm looking to like people at large.
You're right.
But if someone's watching me and like, ooh, wow, that's a weirdo, because I know I do it. Like if I'm sitting in the car and someone runs in to grab something, or I'm waiting for someone to come out of a store and I'm sitting there, I'm just people watching, and I watch people. And when you people watch, you end up over judging.
Yeah.
Not just judging, you over judge. You take it to the extreme because you're trying to entertain yourself.
Yep.
And on top of that, like you said earlier, Walmart is full of weirdos.
Yeah, and if you're out looking for someone, you will have that bias in your mind already that you are going to find that bias.
Yeah.
You're going to find what you're looking for. I don't know what the logical fallacy is called, but you're going to find it. I'm looking for this. There it is. I found it.
I think it's just more confusing for people like us and like her because, I mean, you're walking through the parking lot and there's 7 different vehicles with people sitting in them.
Yeah.
And they're staring at you. Is this the good guys? Is this the bad guys?
Exactly.
It's weird.
Yeah. It's like, how hard is it people mind your own fucking business?
Yeah.
Like, we don't need you out here.
I will tell you, though, as the person who sits in the car a lot when you run into the store, I lock the doors while you're...
Well, that's just, like, smart.
Okay, good.
Every time you try to get in my car, I've locked the door, too.
Fuck me, too, but then she, like, pounds on the door.
Yeah.
Then my kids start screaming, Mama? Mama's like, fuck, I guess I gotta let her in.
Psycho.
One day we might just pull away. But yeah, we don't need people out there policing.
Yeah, no, it's probably not a good thing. But
No.
On the other hand, somebody else does need to step up if this is an issue.
But like, if they see like something in progress of like, hey, I see someone being abducted, pick up the phone, call the professionals.
Don't run home. Write a fucking post on Facebook about
Exactly.
it.
Or take a picture and put. Oh, I'm gonna put this on my TikTok. I'm taking a video. Put it on my TikTok with my 1 million followers.
Yeah.
Shout out to CodGod76. Maybe 4 listeners will catch that reference.
Well, another reference. Wonder if she's gonna make cookies tonight.
Oh, I can.
Oh yeah.
The ones she made last time we were on were phenomenal.
They were baller.
They were still hot on the inside. Like,
Yes.
that's how I want all my cookies from now on.
Yes.
Ooh,
And no, they were not homemade. She does not like us that
I
much.
slaved all day.
She slaved all day over a package that someone bought for her to make.
And she couldn't find anything to open it with, so I'm pretty sure she had someone open the package for her.
I think she stabbed it with like 5 knives, like the biggest butcher knife she can find. She was stabbing it with. She looked like Jack the Ripper killing a prostitute. Like, take it, bitch, take it.
Yeah.
We were having them cookies.
Why are you holding the wire to the microphone like
So
that?
it doesn't pull my head. It keeps getting caught on the crinkle on the desk.
Like you're in a chair that has wheels that you can move.
Okay.
Look at me. Can you tell I got blue eyes?
No.
They're dark, aren't they?
In this lighting, they look brown.
Most people think that I have brown eyes. I have the most unblue blue eyes.
Well, that's like Bootney saying she has blonde hair and all you see is brown.
I know, I've always told her
blonde. My ID says it.
that. And
My ID says I'm 235. We all know that's a lie.
I guess we could,
Shout out to Chase's Gym, Grimm's Gym, New Brighton. Go check them out.
I guess we could self-identify as anything anymore. I'm going to self-identify as a 7-foot man.
Doesn't work that way.
Oh.
Good try though, but it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Because you're like, 6 foot nothing.
I figured I'd try my hand.
No, you're short.
Okay.
Actually, you're kind of tall for a white guy.
But you see some of this woman on TV I seen one time who said she was a black woman and she was like blonde hair and blue
Oh
eyes.
yeah.
I thought, what?
No, you're not.
I think anybody could just do that now. You could just,
People try that shit. I love it when they get caught out and caught for their shit.
yeah.
Because people who are actually like what they are,
Yeah.
and then you get the people trying to.
You're seeing that more, What are they doing? What are you doing with your life?
People just want to get that quote unquote clout
Yeah.
so they can get away with shit. Try and get away with shit.
Right.
For
I
like
think
the
I
people.
get away with shit for saying I have blonde hair.
No,
No one cares about your hair color except when you dye it like rainbow color. Then it looks badass.
Yeah.
Now it looks ratchet.
But any picture I've ever seen of myself never ever appears that I have blue eyes. They're dark. You know what I mean?
So are you sure you have blue eyes?
Yeah, 100%.
Huh. Like my kid, when he was born, he had blue eyes, and they went to gray. Now they're brown.
I like the gray look. I like when babies have them gray eyes.
Gray eyes are badass.
Yeah.
So we on his birth certificate they say blue eyes, but now
Why don't
he's 3. They have brown eyes. They changed, but now you cannot go back into his birth certificate and change it. So now, like on all of his official documents, he's blue eyed.
Wow.
He's blonde hair, blue eyed.
You think they would want it to be as much, as most accurate as it could be?
Exactly.
Yeah, because he did have that he had blonde hair.
He had blonde hair, blue eyes when he was born. He looked like a little, naughty little baby, like he came out of the Ravensborn. I was kind of worried.
I like it. I wish you could keep the gray eyes. Some people do.
Yeah, gray eyes are bad. If you have gray eyes, you have tend to have better hand-eye coordination.
Really?
Yeah, gray eyes and lighter color eyes, you have better hand-eye coordination. I could be wrong, but I remember reading that.
Me.
Can't hit a baseball to save your life.
No. We don't have enough hours in the day for me to get into them stories.
All right. Last time I tried to hit a baseball, I found one off my ankle and I sprained it for 6 months.
I hit a home run once.
I did real good last time I hit a ball.
I did. It was a grand slam.
Nice.
I accidentally hit this ball. I closed my eyes and swung, and the ball went straight down the first base line and hit this kid Doug right in the foot. And it ricocheted, out in but it was a fair ball. And as I'm running down the first base line, I'm just running, and my coach's like, go, go, go. And I take off. I'm running around, I'm going to second base. I'm thinking, how freaking cool is this?
Yeah.
And everyone is screaming from the dugout. And the coach over there, he's waving his arm around like a fucking, and I'm looking, and he's like, go, go. And I'm running. I have no fucking clue what's going on. And finally, I come home, I come across home plate, and everyone's jumping and cheering. And I know that I just hit it inside the park home run, but I don't know how it happened.
Exactly.
I have no fucking clue. As soon as that thing hit my bat and I opened my eyes.
It's like it knocks you out. Yeah, you blind.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was the greatest moment ever in sports history, obviously.
Oh, obviously.
But I couldn't tell you how it happened.
That reminds me of, I have a hole-in-one.
Oh, my God.
Amazing.
I was out at the local par 3. It was on the, I want to say, 6th hole. I was 4 under par going into it. And I hit this tee shot. It's a little downhill into it. And terrible, terrible shot. My shoulders dropped. I knew the entire mechanics of this swing was wrong. So I was kind of pissed. But I'm looking for my ball. I see it hit the green. I see it hit up the green a little bit, like a little divot, because it just rained earlier in the day a little bit, so the green was soft. And then I don't see my ball. Well, there's someone on the tee, a father and son, down on the tee box on the next hole, and they're kind of jumping up and down. I figured one of them had a good shot. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I turn around, there's another father and son on the tee behind me, and they're like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, I don't mean to be a prick, but what I think happened just happened. They're like, yes, you got a hole-in-one. Obviously, one of the greatest sports plays of all time.
That was the end of his golf career.
Actually, it kind of was the downfall of my career, because I was like, whatever under par I was going into that hole, I end up shooting over par the rest of the day because I was in shock.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But now every time I go golfing, if I shank a shot and anyone says anything, I go, do you have a hole-in-one? And they say no. Well, I do.
That couldn't be any more true, because when I hit my grand slam, nobody couldn't tell me shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hey, did you hit a grand slam?
Do you have not only a grand slam, an inside the park grand slam? How many of those have happened?
Exactly. So let's hear about your sports tale. We're in the sports segment-ish part here. Let's hear about your softball days.
Yeah, I played softball.
I actually
Exciting.
Have you ever seen her run?
No,
Yes, I've seen her run, and I've seen my son run, so I know why he kind of looks at his legs when he runs.
So you hear her short-armed answer, but there's got to be some amazing stories just by the way she runs.
What position did you play?
I used to play shortstop.
Shortstop. Oh, okay. So were you like Ozzie Guillen and Bill Mazeroski, like a defensive wizard?
The scary thing was she had to be the best one on the team. The shortstop really put the really athletic.
Yes, shortstop and second base, because you got to be able to turn that double play.
I'd really like to see the other girls on this team.
Oh wow, they had to have been slow.
My
Peg
older
leg
sister
and-
was on a team.
That explains it.
My
Hook hand, glass
dad
eye.
was the coach.
Favoritism. Now we're into it.
That
The
is
favoritism.
cool.
Yes.
Nah, he was hard
That's
on
hard.
us.
That's how you got shortstop.
He was tough on us.
See, I would picture her as a right fielder.
Yeah, just like out there, like looking at the bugs and the butterflies flying around, picking dandelions.
That's what I see. Yeah.
No.
It's where they put the athletic people.
That's my jam.
I've seen her run. I've seen her throw.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, no. You can kind of
we
throw.
did a softball gig together.
It wasn't pretty.
Yes, it was. We did good at the practices, and then the games came up, and we sucked.
Oh, so when it came to matter, you choked.
You know what? They choked because we wanted to play, and we were probably the two of the better ones on the team. I'm not going to say we were the best because there were a couple really good ones. But I had, with my work schedule, I wasn't able to do the practices. And then this dude, Kevin, kind of had it. I don't know. I don't want to say it against me, but there was something about me he didn't like. Yeah. And I think that's what it was. And I get that. You know what I mean? Everybody else was out there doing it. But then, when it was game time, he really stuck to it. And, I was playing none, which, all right, whatever. I'm willing to come in there and hit the ball over his park for you because as an older person hitting a softball, I could hit the ball very well.
Yeah. What was it? Slow pitch?
It was slow pitch.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you can get a hit in slow pitch,
matter of fact, Mike,
there's something wrong.
The first day that they had the tryout, we went up here and I hit this ball, and I hit the ball so fucking far. It went over the left field fence. I had to apologize to the guy because I hit it so far. Because he said, don't hit the ball so far, guys, because we don't want to blah, 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 blah. I cracked the first pitch I took over the fence. You know what I mean? Like,
if you're going to play, like, baseball, softball, someone hits it far, why are you worried about that? That's a good thing.
He was weird. I remember the guy's name was Kevin. He was a weirdo.
Like, most people named Kevin are weird.
Most people named Kevin are weird, yeah.
Like, I've never met a normal Kevin.
No. No, me neither.
No, they're normally spilling chili all over the office. Someone got that reference.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin Malone.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. I got a special guest in here with us today. This is Prime City. He's a rapper. He's from here in Beaver County with us, and he brought along his friend, Dus.
Yep, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
Oh, doing good. Thanks for coming out, guys. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate you having us.
Hey, never a problem, man. I wanted to get you on for a while here. I'm a fan. I'm really a fan. I found out about you guys, and it's kind of funny. Prime and I, we met a while back, and that kind of led to this where we're at right now. Just, a crazy.
Tell them how we met.
We was in a coffee shop. I was working, okay?
Get my fat boy on eating dumb.
I hear you.
If Prime come in, and I think Prime was getting bagels, if I'm not mistaken. He was eating them bagels. All right.
We'll keep it to that story. We'll keep it to that.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, he would come in, and, we would bullshit. Like, seriously, 10, 15, 20 minutes would go by, and, we would just be talking about this, that, sports, and the other. And, not really thinking twice about anything. So one day, I see in the newspaper, there is an article about a rap show in Ambridge or Beaver Falls, or one of the two, and
Beaver Falls.
In Beaver Falls at the time. And I said, I know this guy in this picture. I know who this is. This is a dude who comes into the coffee shop, and we bullshit every fucking time.
Gets his donuts.
Rapper going to a coffee shop.
Right. And you know what? I know your one boy, Rolls, too.
Yeah.
Because he would walk through sometimes.
Real good friends, man. We got a lot of good
See rappers doing coffee shops.
I tell you what. Rolls is a good guy, man.
Right.
He was another one.
Shout out to Rolls.
Shout out to Rolls for sure. He'd be another one I would bullshit with, a lot. And so it was a while after that that I see Prime again. And when I finally seen him, I said, "Hey, my man, is this you? This got to be you." And he said, "That's me, man." He's like, "We're actually making a video tonight, and yada yada yada, and here we are."
It's awesome. Nice that you guys see that, man, and it's nice to be noticed for the hard work, man. We put a lot of years, effort and time into what we do, man. So shout out to you guys for seeing it and appreciating what we do.
Yeah.
You said, what, 20 years you've been?
Yeah, we've been at it for about 20 years, man. We started off making music in the basement at my friend's house on an 8-track recorder.
You just dating yourself in there, man, with the 8-track.
Machine.
Yeah.
keyboards, tape recorders.
Kids don't know how easy they have it today.
Oh, yeah. Right now, like, dude, you just go online, download a program, and you're good to go. But back then,
Plug a mic in, get your little keyboard, get your little recorder, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Kids have no idea.
It's like back then, too. We're recording songs off the radio with our cassette player.
Yeah. And then you got to stop and start where you stop.
Yep.
Then you can catch the song with time recording your 10 seconds when skip.
Or you got a buddy coming pounding on your door.
Yeah, no idea.
They really do have no idea. You're right.
But it's been a nice journey, man. We worked with some awesome artists, man. Opened up for Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Wow.
Shared the stage with Akon.
Oh, man.
Put on a big show in Beaver County with Wiz Khalifa when he was
sold out.
Damn.
When he was
nice,
coming artist.
Lightning in a bottle. Like,
yeah.
It was like he was just on the cusp of stardom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't too big to get. Couldn't get him now.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him now.
But then
he was just big enough to have a big audience, but not so big you couldn't get.
Did you guys know that he was going to...
Back in 2009.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I knew about him before. I knew about him back in like 2005.
Okay.
Back in the MySpace days. And I tell people he was blessed to blow, and some people's like, I don't know, man. I'm telling you.
He had already had a deal with Warner Brothers, and they dropped him.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And then, not too long after we had him at the show, maybe a year and a half later, I'd say, he took back off.
Wow. That's amazing, even having a resume.
So that was a great experience.
Yeah.
That was one of the many things that we've done, with the music stuff, man, that we really enjoyed.
I tell you what, Bone Thugs and Harmony, that just blows me away because
that was awesome.
in the 90s, man.
Huge show. I just froze when I came out on the stage and see all those people.
Yeah.
Seeing all those people and just froze up like, wow, that's a lot of people out there.
Wow, where was that at? Was that up there?
Mr. Small's Theater.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a nice theater. Yeah.
Yeah, they back in the 90s, I had the East 1999 Eternal CD, and I listened to it over and over and over again, man.
Okay.
It had the Ouija board on the inside. You remember that?
Yeah.
One of my favorite. That's kind of what I want to go with you guys next. Growing up, who did you look up to? Who was the rapper that you've seen, and you thought, what, this is what I want to do. This is my
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre, the Chronic, right?
Yeah.
I remember recording with a friend of mine, Freddie, when we were young. We did our little VCR video of Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
But a G thing.
Yes, absolutely. One of the best videos of the 90s, absolutely.
We did like our little makeover version of that song.
Like, that's like one of the first rap videos that I saw that got me into rap. I'm like a metal grunge guy. Mm-hmm. Like, rap was there. It's like, okay, it's something new, different. But that video, when Snoop comes out, it's all smooth and cool. It's like, how could you not like this type of music?
Exactly.
And then he comes, it's like,
yeah, Snoop's just got his own style. Even till today, when he comes out with stuff, it's just so him, I
was blessed to see him in concert.
Yeah.
That was nice. Me and him.
Where did you see that?
Pittsburgh at Stage AE.
Okay.
Yeah, that was back in 2011, I believe.
Nice show, man.
I can imagine.
I was like a kid in high school all over again.
Yeah.
Seeing the dog pound and Snoop Dogg.
And all that. Yes.
I think Uncle Junebug was on stage.
Junebug.
Yeah, he sure was. He sure was.
Yeah.
I think he passes them, but I think he's still alive back in
there.
Uncle Junebug, yes. Now, the Doggy Style was, I think, come out in 93.
Yeah.
You know what? Those albums just changed.
Classic.
Absolutely. They changed rap. And from that point to when Tupac died, that was my favorite era of rap, between Dr. Dre, the Chronic, and when Tupac died.
I'd say I'd agree. Man.
Everything in there was just...
That was the golden age.
Absolutely. What from that time wasn't any
Tribe Called Quest, Leaders of the New School,
Wu-Tang.
There was just so many different kinds of...
And that music still holds test of time. It's like more relevant now.
I think that's what you get measures the true greatness of any music or any art in general, is how it holds up.
Yeah.
So a lot of things is good when they first come out. 5 years later, laughing at it.
Yeah.
But if it's still good and it holds up 10 years, 20 years, that shows the true value. How
So if you look at like NWA, that initial album today is ringing more true now than it did back then. Same thing with like Ice-T. That was like, what, 30 years ago.
Prophesying, man.
Yeah.
All this stuff about...
It's like, and I appreciate rap more now in my 40s than I did in my late teens and early 20s.
Well, like a lot of it too is like, we say about Snoop and Dr. Dre. we were kids when it came out.
Yeah.
We didn't understand everything he was necessarily talking about at 10, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Now we're in our 30s and beyond. We're grown, so we understand what he's talking about.
Going back into you, like you have that better appreciation.
It's different when you're older.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff you appreciated the art, but you really didn't get it when you were a teenager.
Yep.
You have to go back and listen.
Yeah, that's like the older I get, the more and more I go back and listen to 80s, 90s rap. I'm like, what did I miss out on?
Yeah.
And then I listen to you, and it's like, this sounds like it was from like that era.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate your music more than I would have if I was just now listening to it, like say my teens and 20s.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was like really good because there was like a while there was like, oh, what's this rap thing? Now it's like
in the
this is
2000s,
really,
the rap
really
kind
good.
of got watered down, I thought.
I was going to say, I'm old school in the sense, like, I don't really listen to a lot of the new stuff out there, you know.
Right.
I give it a chance, but
I think that comes like
I
the
just
older we
can't
get.
relate to some of it,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
I can't relate to a lot of.
I don't want to be the old guy. Get off my lawn.
Yeah,
You don't
right.
want to be that guy. But you know, I try to give everything a chance and listen to it. And you don't want to be, however old, like we're getting older. Hip hop will always be, in my opinion, it's a youth-driven culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can be older and like it and appreciate it and you perform it, but you don't want to be that old guy who's yelling at the kids and stuff. So.
That's like the same thing like the music I listen to, like the heavier metal. It's like that's a young person's game, but I still hold on to those bands from the 80s. Like nothing will top this, but
you know,
there's stuff out there now that's
bands from the 80s that you like to like.
Metallica, Anthrax, Guns N' Roses. Then you go into like the 90s, like Nirvana, Alice in Chains. There's bands out there now that are that good, but being that old guy, like you're saying, get off my lawn, nothing's going to top this. So to top that, you have to be that level or better.
I also think like a lot of it's a product of his time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because we grew up with that. That's what we know.
It's like, say your parents say, this is what I like when now was. Yeah. You could probably appreciate it, but it's different if you wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you guys agree, I think that you can automatically tell what kind of music is going to have staying power.
Yeah.
What kind of music is it?
You know what? I was just telling these guys, going back to the NWA days, that was the first tape. Now, I kid you not, I was just telling these guys the other day, when you were a kid and something come out with that explicit label on it, it wasn't letting us buy because this was a new thing then. We was all, young teenagers, and I used to trick my mom. I'm like, Mom, you gotta get me this. There's nothing really bad about it. And I'm home, and one day I had A Bitch is a Bitch. Remember that song? One of my favorites off that album, and she heard it. So sure enough, the next day I come home from school, that tape was gone. It was gone.
So, I was, when I was a teenager, I had, when I was a little kid, you got like MC Hammer.
Right.
Like little poppy stuff. When I got older, you started getting into the stuff you were talking about. Ice-T, Ice Cube. I remember I used to live in Beaver when I was a preteen. And Seeing Sound, I know you know about Seeing Sound in Beaver. Yeah. That's where everybody bought their music from, the records. They had the pets. And I got all the tapes, CDs. My dad seen it. Man, he took all my tapes. All of them. He said anything had a spiritual vibes where he got them.
Yeah, right.
For one, he asked me how I get them.
Yeah, right.
And then he's like, you can't listen to this. Like, you swear I have to listen to you.
It was a challenge to get them back then. It really was,
I have a funny story about that. We used to live.
I can't hear you. You on?
I hope.
Is she on, Mike?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Here. Funny story. Okay, so both of you guys always been from the valley-ish. I mean, you come up from Washington County, and that's where you were born down there.
I was born in Rochester.
You was born in Rochester? Mm-hmm. Moved around a little bit, now you're back in the county.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, I got a question for you. You guys listen to your own music. Like, you guys make a lot of really good stuff. When you're home chilling, you're hanging out with your boys and everything. Is it Prime? Is it Dust that I'm listening to?
I study it. I kind of go over my material when I'm working on projects. Like, I listen to a lot of the songs to kind of get a feel for how I want to put it together.
Yeah.
Like, to how I'm going to collaborate the project together.
So you're a student of the game, you know what I mean? You're constantly working ways in your mind to make things better and always...
I'm at work and I'm jotting down ideas for songs and stuff.
I think a lot of art, like, after I release it, I kind of don't listen to it anymore.
Really?
By the time it's released, I'm done with it. I'm on to the next thing.
Right.
It's like, but as I'm working on it, I'll listen to it and make improvements. But after I'm done listening to it, I'm just
and you're listening so much while you're working on it, you're probably just ready to put it on.
After I put it out, it's kind of like, almost the next one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, when I'm in the midst of making the project, I'm all about it. But then once it's finished, it's like, all right, let's do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that from the lesser extent. We've done some recordings here, and I'm the one who comes in and edits everything. I've listened to it like 4 or 5 times. They've listened to it once or twice, and they want to keep listening to it. It's like, I've listened to it so many times already. I'm like bored with it.
I think you'll start nitpicking. You don't want to get to that part.
Yes. I like to not think I'm a perfectionist, but then once I start getting into it, okay, that's so I can imagine what you guys are doing, because it's like your music. It's coming from like your soul and everything, and this is just us.
Start nitpicking, stop it.
Yeah, right.
So how long? Leading into that, how long does it take for you guys to like record an album? Not just from like concept, from like, okay, I had the idea for the album, I have everything written down.
That varies,
like in studio time.
That varies because I kind of put myself in a zone on different ideas that I come up with.
Okay.
And sometimes I work on more than one project at a time. I might say, I like this for this one here, and then, I like this for this one here, and I just kind of put myself in a mood, but I'll separate from what kind of material it is.
Okay, so you're able to work on different type like moods at the same time. Okay, because I know like some musicians I've listened to, they said like Corey Taylor, he's lead singer for Slipknot. He's hard heavy. He's like, I have to be for this right here. But then when I go to Stone Sour, I have to step away from this mindset. So you're kind of like able to go in between.
Well, I'm a multitasker because we're kind of like our own little independent people. Like,
you're doing everything yourself.
He does the production.
So it's going to take me longer because
he's just started getting into videos.
Right.
And, I do the shows, like I put the shows.
Yeah, we just all play a different role.
Okay.
Like he knew you guys, so he boards the interviews and the management and gets the paper. Yeah, I kind of do more of a behind the scenes thing. Like I do a lot of production. I started getting the videos. Like we each take we take our personalities, what we're good at. So
he's kind of the producer. I'm kind of the outgoing.
So
it's kind of like here. Like Ryan's more outgoing. I'm the.
I'm the nerd.
Let me sit here.
I'm the nerd. Technically, I'm the nerd.
Yep, same here.
Okay, guys, this is one of my favorites. This one's called Chillin'. We're going to check this out.
Shout out to Rose.
Rose.
You heard it first here. It's hit 'em hard. Back with another certified banger for y'all. I can almost feel the summer breeze on this track. Let's get 'em. Ain't no mistake about my persona. I'm laid back, cool, calm, ain't with the drama. I'm living good like a G is supposed to be. Incognito, these haters ain't scoping me. Cause I'm way too laid back. So screw beefing, you know that Prime don't play that. More concerned with taking this mommy to the show and leave her on a peaceful note, however it go. I got your lady mesmerizing my whole flow. It might be simple, but your boy got skills, yo. Damn right. And that's why I'm still the tightest. They viewed it as rap royalty. Call me your highness.
Yeah, see, these songs are... I told you out in the waiting room, I have about 6 favorites, and that's because I haven't had a chance to listen to them all. The 6 that I have, I listen to constantly. And you may, I don't know what you do on what you see on your end, but you might see the numbers spiking because that's me just sitting here all night working, listening to Prime,
Okay.
And Chillin's one of my favorites. I do have one question.
Yeah.
I love the video dial tone. I love it. I love the concept. I love the way you switch things around and you're talking to this guy. Who is that guy?
Which guy?
The guy you're talking to on the phone in dial tone.
Oh, that's my man Hoagie Range, Young Hogue.
That's Young Hogue? Okay.
Yeah, he's an artist from the area too. Shout out to Young Hogue.
I've heard the name, so that's
Very
him.
talented young guy, man.
You know who he put me in mind of?
Who's
you
that?
guys remember the movie White Man Can't Jump? Junior, he always had the Jordan shirt on.
Yeah.
Dude, just the way he talked and everything, I was expecting him to say, "We going to Sizzlers." You know?
Shout out to Young Hogue, man.
Young Hogue.
He's a talented artist, man.
Yeah.
You guys are all amazing. Like I said, I'm so glad that you brought Dust with you as well because I'm watching your videos and I'm becoming a fan of you guys. I'm watching it and you're learning about you through your music, and I'm a fan of all of you.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent around here, man.
It's
It's just unfortunate that there's not a lot of outlets.
Yes, it's a very
Right.
I think people got like it messed up that like Wiz and Mac they broke through,
Right.
But it's a very hard market to break. There's not a whole lot of resources still.
Right.
Even though like the internet kind of leveled the playing field a little
Right.
bit. And thank goodness for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's still a hard market to break.
Other than that, around this area, it's rough.
Mhm.
You know. Well, Wapo,
He probably would. I think he'd have broke.
I know he was really good.
He
yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
He was just
He
on
was
his
on
bus.
his way, man, but
Yeah.
there's a problem that a lot of these artists run into, man.
Yeah.
The streets get too much of their time, and they get too wrapped up in that stuff, and unfortunately,
You're right. It is
it
unfortunate.
leads you the wrong way.
He had like 1 foot in the streets, kind of. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's yeah.
It's a dangerous game. No two ways about it. I mean,
He was definitely a legendary artist
yeah.
in Pittsburgh. He stood out a lot.
Big time.
For sure.
I wonder what he'd been 3 years from.
Yeah, right.
And he was a kid. He was a kid. He
Yeah,
was like a
for 21?
21 kid.
Wow.
Same with Mac, how good he was getting. Like his last 2 albums were out of there.
How old was Matt when he died?
26.
20.
At 26, 27 range, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. Always seems to hit right
He
there.
kept getting so much better as he progressed. Like his growth from that Party on Fifth Ave till his last album, he was out of there. His last album was really good.
Yeah.
And like everyone in this area knows Party on Fifth Ave.
Yeah, but he
And then-
came like a total different artist.
Yeah.
Like it was. You ever watch the Tiny Desk?
Mm-mm.
If you ever get a chance, watch his performance. It was right before he passed away. It was eerie.
Okay. Check it out.
It's weird. Like a lot of artists that
Mm-hmm.
right before they die, that seems to be like one of their best performances.
Eerie. I watched it. He passed away. When I seen it, I was like, wow. It just, I kept rewinding. I had to watch it twice.
Here's my number one favorite. My number one favorite song, Dial Tone.
That's
Hey, yo, Prime. What's good? All of a sudden, man, these motherfuckers want to get at you, man.
Who, me?
I think they forgot about what you can really do.
Tell me you serious, nigga.
I think you need to remind them, dog.
Remind them for what, nigga?
Get busy on these motherfuckers
I'm
for a
still the
minute.
best, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
You see why I like that, Mike? That's good shit, man. That's as good as anything that you're going to see on TV.
Yes.
I've been saying that all along. I was talking to you also out there, guys. The whole deal that Yins do, you do the writing, you do the rapping, you do the videos, you do the editing. You guys are, Yins are,
A lot of work.
You know your shit. It is a lot of work. Absolutely.
Putting shows together, picking out like what kind of artists you want to perform, and sometimes booking a headliner to bring more acts out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work entails that comes in with all the stuff that we do.
It's like being independent is like it's a lot more work, but the reward is greater.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's like the more you put your trust in other people, the more you will be disappointed.
For sure.
So in the last couple
really
of
is.
years, I think we had in the last year we had a conversation like, look, we gotta start doing this ourselves.
Right.
The more we start depending on people, we're gonna be disappointed. And I think over the last year, like I didn't group albums for years, but I put a solo project like 3 or 4 months ago. I'm like, look, I gotta start doing stuff on my own. It's like,
Yeah.
if I fail or if I succeed, or I can take that.
Right.
If I depend on somebody and it didn't work out,
Yeah.
I want to be
pissed.
I want to be pointing fingers. I want to put my finger on myself.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, right. And nothing's ever going to get done exactly the way that you want it when you're having other people do it. You know what you want. You have the vision.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's all on you. And that pressure, it's like, okay, am I going to crumble or am I going to create something great out of that pressure?
Yeah. We have to go away.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to change directions a little bit. We got football season starting here. Any predictions for this season? Big Super Bowl.
49ers win the Super Bowl.
You know what? I knew you was going to go there. That's all right. 49ers.
Who's their quarterback this year? Is it Garoppolo or
It's Garoppolo for now.
still?
Now,
But Lance is in training.
That's right. They drafted Lance. I thought,
He's a quarterback in the work.
I tell you what, you got to watch it. It's not even a Steelers thing. The NFC North is just going to be nasty between the Browns, the Ravens.
they're doing weak leagues because Burrow's good.
You're right, Joe Burrow.
If he comes back healthy with that knee,
Yeah.
And They're not one weak team in that division.
No, they're really.
I hate to say it, but I would put the Steelers as the weak team in that
You
division.
were saying that.
Just because of the offensive line, how uncertain.
And you know what? The defense is real tough, and you know we got some good. As long as these guys catch the ball, right?
I think what it was like last year, Steelers were like 11-0. Right? People were saying Steelers was going to be great and historic, and then they had that collapse.
Yeah.
They made them play like 3 games in 8 days, which is crazy. Then everybody started getting hurt.
But now all of a sudden, if that scenario had happened now, they would have had forfeits and they would have won.
Right. It's just. I think people were judging this season off that downslide, but they forget 2/3 of the season.
They were the best team in the league.
Yeah. So as long as that one kid, I think he's really good. That Najee Harris.
Oh, I can't wait. I
just watched him for like 3-4 years at Alabama.
He's an upgrade over Connor, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Connor. I like Connor, but
right. I did too. I was a Connor guy. He wasn't.
He was good. He's really great.
But he wasn't Le'Veon Bell, and Najee Harris is in that Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley mold where he can do everything.
As long as Ben ain't throwing over 40 times a game, we're okay.
Yeah, right. And you know
game manager.
Yeah.
2004 Ben.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, right.
Hand off, occasional pass.
And you know the thing about Najee Harris, you're hearing nothing but good stuff about him out of camp. Nothing.
Yeah.
And Mike was telling me the other day he's seen a highlight where there was a pass way up high, and Najee jumped up and grabbed it with one arm, brought it in basically with a couple fingers.
3 fingers.
He's gonna be a beast. He's gonna be, you know.
As long as he stay healthy.
Yeah. Right.
That's the key.
Right.
Yep.
Running back, that's the death knell for this.
I know.
Because Steelers, they're that team that needs that workhorse running back.
They always like
Every
that.
other team in the league could have running back by committee, but Pittsburgh, for some reason, they need that bellwether back.
Yeah. Mike Tomlin always like that stuff.
Yeah. Well, Willie Parker, we're going to run him till his legs fall off.
He wasn't really that kind of back either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but they still ran him out there like
Sure did.
like 400 carries a year.
Yeah, he wasn't a big back at all. He's a speed back.
Yep.
All right, let's get back to what's important here.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been rapping together? Because I know you do a lot of collaborating. You got a lot of people. How about you two? How long have it been? Prime?
About 17 years.
17 years.
About 97, 98.
And you know what? You can tell the chemistry's there.
Long time.
The chemistry's there. Yeah, I couldn't say enough about you guys. When I told these guys you were coming in today, I just went on and on and on. And I put my phone out on the table. We were sitting out there drinking coffee.
He's been, for about a month, 2 months, we've been talking about starting this podcast. One of the first things he says, like, I want to get guests. And top of the list, it's always you. And then he started playing all the music, and it's like,
We appreciate it.
like,
Hey, you know
for
what?
me, for not being like a huge fan of the genre, it takes a lot for me to get into like a different genre. And it's like, this is good. I can sit here, chill, listen to it, and it's just
It really is good music. It's
We
good
appreciate
music.
great beats,
We thank you
lyrics,
for
the
what you
flow,
We're
everything
in the
was
studio right now working on
Oh,
this
nice.
project, man.
Oh, that's
compilation.
It's a
awesome.
compilation album between me, Dustin, and our friend Cigarello and
Yeah,
my
his
cousin Dan.
Okay.
nice.
When can we expect to hear anything from that?
Probably around September.
Around September?
I'd say
Oh, wow.
in September we'll have it finished.
Okay.
That's coming up
You
quick.
can get that on Spotify and iTunes.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, plug
Oh,
away,
good
guys.
You know I'll be listening, man.
Right.
You know I'll be
Yeah.
listening.
We appreciate
Shout out
it.
Distro Kid.
I thank you for
Shout out
great,
to District Kid, for sure.
thank you for the great stuff you put out, guys. Okay, so what we have in August, we have some dates coming up. You said early August, and this is going to be down in Washington County,
August 12th, we have a show in Washington, PA.
Washington, PA, and that's August 12th. And was there a little bit later one in the
August 27th, I'm going to be at an event for Benzino Love and Hip Hop. I'm just doing security there.
Okay.
It's just to be a part of the culture, man.
Yeah.
Just to be involved with the hip hop show.
Absolutely. See, Spencer Bacon. You guys know Spencer?
Yeah, I know.
I know he's doing a lot of that security.
Yeah, I know Spencer. Yeah.
Good friend of mine, way back to high school,
He's a
actually.
good dude, man. I
He,
like him.
he really is.
Yeah.
He really is. Okay, so we have August. We got a couple shows in August. You guys are working on some new music.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this. The new project that you're working on.
It's basically like a collaboration between me, him. Where he's stepping away from the production side. We have a producer that I work with. Shout out to Tron Beatmaker.
Yeah.
He's a person that I buy a lot of material from, and we're just going to go over those beats and
Yeah.
and collab with each other. We always collab with each other, but this is more like a group thing this time around.
Right.
Yeah. It's great, guys. It really is.
Shout out to Cigarello too. He couldn't make it here tonight.
Right.
He has a project out, Energy 3. My man Dust has a project out, long time coming.
Yeah.
You can get all of those on YouTube and Spotify. And
Hit 'em Hard Music is our page.
Hit 'em Hard Music.
I revamped it about a month ago. We shot a video for his son, Marty
Yeah,
Young.
we just recently shot a video for my son, Marty Young.
15, 16?
He's 15
years old.
He's an up-and-coming rapper, man. He's good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
He's
very
good,
advanced
man.
for
I
age.
get chills sometimes when I listen to how good he is, man.
Yeah.
He put his own little project out on.
He did it all on his own?
Yeah, it's called
Nice.
Mistaken. It sounds really great, man. He's very advanced for his years, man.
Yeah, but Hit 'em Hard Music, it has the fist, the logo on our YouTube page.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some of our stuff is on there.
I released a new one, too. It's called Prime Sinister Fright Night. You can catch that on iTunes and Spotify as well.
All right, guys. Check it out. I think you'll love it. Prime Cine, we got Dust. Guys came in. We thank you so much. Big fans of yours.
Thank you for having us.
Never
Thank
a
you for
problem.
coming on, guys.
Thank you for coming on. You guys are a friend of the show. Anytime, get a hold of me, my man. We'll definitely hook up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man. Send some more guests your way, man.
And we
I'm
will.
sure that they would appreciate it.
Oh, we'll appreciate it too, man.
All right, everybody. Prime Cine, Dust, check them out. They got new stuff coming out. Hit them up on Spotify, iTunes,
Apple Music, anywhere you can find it, all music platforms.
And you
Title, yes, sir.
Okay, you will not be disappointed. These guys are the real deal. Thank you so much for coming in, guys.
Yeah.
And we wish you all luck, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
gentlemen. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the inaugural episode of Two Dum Yinzers. We know the audio was a bit rough here and there. That's something we are working on to improve each and every episode. Speaking of episodes, tune in tomorrow at the same time for episode 2 of Two Dum Yinzers. To find out more about Two Dum Yinzers, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Tumblr, and Podbean. And while you're there, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and download buttons.